The man tightens the bands of his shapewear with determination, sculpting his impeccably straight posture. He then slips into a smooth dress shirt, adorned with ruby accents, and fastens a luxury watch around his wrist. He admires his reflection with satisfaction. This is fashion's most influential figure, Karl Lagerfeld. He holds himself to exacting standards, maintaining elegance and gentlemanly poise at all times. His scrutiny extends to his designs as well, aiming to create clothing that's both fashionable and accessible. In his younger years, he designed ready-to-wear collections for over 20 brands, never aspiring to establish his own label. As long as consumers could wear his designs, he was willing to work for any brand. He never viewed other designers as competitors, believing that communication brought him greater inspiration. However, one person's appearance changed everything. This person was Jacques. When Jacques first spotted Karl at a bar, he was instantly captivated. He wrote Karl a love letter expressing his admiration. Karl was immediately impressed by his talent upon reading it. When he met Jacques at the bar, he was surprised to discover how young Jacques was. Jacques removed his coat and sat beside Karl, speaking flirtatiously. Karl didn't reciprocate. He acknowledged Jacques' charm, but had no interest in casual relationships, so he stood up and left. Unexpectedly, Jacques didn't give up, and found Karl's home the next day. After reading Jacques' love letter, Karl's mother recognized his appeal, but felt Jacques wasn't right for Karl, comparing him to an untamed beast that Karl couldn't domesticate. Karl thought his mother was overthinking things, insisting they were merely friends. Later, Karl brought Jacques to YSL's new collection launch. To his surprise, when Yves, YSL's founder, saw Jacques, he was instantly attracted. Yves invited Jacques to a party, where Jacques thoroughly enjoyed himself. Pierre asked about his progress with Karl. Jacques admitted there was none, because Karl disliked being touched. To prove his allure, Jacques invited Yves back to his room. Yves accepted without hesitation, angering Pierre, though he didn't intervene, never restricting Yves' pleasures with others. When Jacques returned to Karl reeking of alcohol, Karl immediately asked who he'd been with. As soon as Jacques mentioned Yves' name, Karl's eyes filled with sadness. Yves was already a formidable competitor, and now they had become rivals in love as well, making their relationship even more contentious.